then. Want to see me throw this ball over that mountain?
Show you how to sit for the anthem.
I was one
uh
position.
and the worst news that I unexpected news. Nobody saw this coming,
Yeah, we did.
but we did. Mike McCarthy is back. Um,
I feel bad for all the Cowboy fans. Another, you're gonna have another losing playoff record from this Joker right here.
Would you
He's
rather had him or Bill Belichick?
at least
I
Belichick
think
is
they would
something.
have did better with Belichick. I
I've
believe
never
they could
seen
have did something.
I never seen a billionaire run a business in a way where you don't match your success and you just do it year after year. The NFL is the only place that don't do that. USAA wouldn't do that. Progressive wouldn't do that. Anybody that's not number one that has a path to be number one, if they change some things, would not just keep running their business the same way. We're gonna lay off some employees so we can maximize profits. Like we're gonna close some locations. We're gonna do some things to maximize. Not Jerry. Let me just run the same thing out that I did last year. I'm gonna run the same thing out this year. You have a track record of showing what the results are. First round, second round at most. You just keep running the same thing out. I don't know how he's not getting checked for mental. Like I think after a certain age in the NFL, I think you should have to like go get a physical every year and just get like your brain scan to show if I'm serious. Like you're running a billionaire team, $1 billion team, you just get to run it as your personal toy. Like something's wrong. What other business in the whole United States that people can just run it as their personal toy? Just be like, oh, I think I'll do this now. I mean, Elon Musk can't even run. I mean, maybe Twitter or X, whatever it is now. But I don't know what to say. Maybe because I'm a Cowboys fan, but it's just too much power to one person. I know you own it, but you shouldn't be able to own it, make decisions. You shouldn't be able to do all that.
You
You
see
know
how
what it
emotional he
reminds me
got?
of?
What's that?
It reminds me of Vince McMahon over the WWE. For years, he had no one to answer to. When you have stockholders in a company like, well, USA is a bad example because they're not publicly traded. But when you have a publicly traded company, you have stockholders that you have to appease. You have to have certain dividends every quarter to make sure that these stockholders are satisfied. You see it with Disney. They have stock exchange and they have conference calls every year, and they're like, all right, we got to make a change. These last four Marvel movies are flops. Let's change everything. Let's Cowboys. He's like, do
Yeah,
what I want. I do what I want to do. And if you're gonna do what you want to do, why not offer that bag to Deion Sanders? If you're gonna lose, lose with the whole.
thank you. Go
I'm
all
all
out.
for throwing everything at the wall.
Thank you.
And at least you're going to make your money. Every game is going to. So I would have thrown the biggest bad. I know Deion said he doesn't want to coach pros. Ding! But that bag, he also had the song that said "Must Be the Money." And if they back that with the popularity that he had, yeah, the Colorado experiment didn't go well. But look who he had playing. It was like you, me, short man. He had some great players at the skill position, but his line, I think the guy was like 182 pounds or something. It's not going to work. But in the NFL, with the talent that they have and the way that he connects, I would have thrown all that money to Dion before I bring Mike McCarthy back, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
That's real. Um, just talking about the Cowboys just seems like another soap opera day, over and over and over. It's like a episode of what Days of Our Lives or something like that. Jerry Jones, like you said, he likes to just be in the media. He ain't really tripping about winning the Super Bowl. He's gonna tell you that, but he don't really care. He likes to be in the media. The more media attention he gets, the more his stocks go up, the more money that's gonna come into his team and all that stuff, and money that he can put in his pocket. He ain't really tripping. He can bring Mike McCarthy back because he don't really care. He don't. This is not the '90s. He doesn't care about quality. He wants the quantity of getting that dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like he has the power to restructure his whole team. He has the power to bring some people in that can take some of the load off of whatever he's saying he can do from being the owner and the general manager. It's bullshit. You got too much on your brain at 176 years old to try to be running the team. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for all the Cowboy fans. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do deserve better. You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna get better until old Jerry um, kicks the bucket. It's
I
kind of just
appreciate
like
it.
he's an Al Davis and the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Al Davis had to kick the bucket, and then he let his little baby son Chucky come in. You know
But
what
that
I'm
was his
saying?
role
So
model.
yeah, so it's gonna be bad for a couple years. Like I said, y'all will have a good record again next year, playoffs possibly, or y'all could
It's going
plummet
to be
like
rinse and repeat. It's going to be the same
Yep.
season. They're going to have a great regular season. About week 6, Kyle's going to be like, "Yeah, boy, we back. Look at Mike doing it, man. We 6-0, blah 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 blah." And then around this time next year, we're going to be on this show, and Kyle's going to be like, "Man, I don't even
We
want to record."
do you know what I'm realizing? It synced into me this year. It's all been fool's gold the last couple of years. It's the NFC East. The Commanders have sucked. The Giants have sucked, and the Eagles are hit or miss. We're guaranteed 5 wins a year, and they're usually like blowout wins. And they cover up for when we play the good teams during the
Right.
year that blow us out. So we end up 11-5 or
mm,
whatever, 12-5, win the NFC East, and then we get to the playoffs and actually face a good team, and then we
and
get beat. So I don't know really how good we are because we just may play in a division that sucks. Maybe I think if we were like in the AFC South, we're like the Bengals and all of that. I mean the
Oh
North,
man,
we don't
if
get
we
through that.
if we could put the Bengals where the Cowboys play, oh my
oh they
God! Now we would be
oh
Joe
shit
Burrow would
they on
he would eat the Commanders alive.
And then what Prescott do, he inflates his numbers by either coming back, we'd be down 25 zip, he'll come back and make the score 30-22. So the numbers, they're 400 passing yards,
mm,
3 touchdowns, or whatever. He inflates the numbers. Then he go against these bad NFC East teams, he inflates the numbers. So our GMs and Jerry and them do the lazy thing. Instead of being real and being like, you know what, this dude can't beat good teams, they just put the numbers out and like, well, this is why we had to sign him back. This is why we got to. I don't know what this thing is in the NFL where they're like, well, this person got signed to this, so we got to sign them to this. That don't work that way to me. Just because the Bengals may have signed Joe Burrow to something, don't mean that the Cowboys got to sign that to something. And I don't get why they still go by that logic. That's why a
it's a
lot of
sword
teams
swinging
handcuff themselves
contest. The old school
because
swinging
of
contest, you got to see which one's sword bigger than the other one. That's what they do with each other.
well, no, well, the players have made it where it's like, well, this person got that, so you got to pay me this. No, you don't. I was talking to Big Joe in the last episode when it was like, well, if Mike could go and he go to the 49ers get him, why do I care? Like, I'm not going to pay you to keep you on my team just to prevent another team from getting you. Like, if you just focus on running your team, you'll be straight. But we focus too much on, well, this person got this, so let me match that contract, or they're gonna you go to this. Unless it's a Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, one of these young quarterbacks that you know can lead a franchise. I'm not breaking the bank on you. I found another one. That's my job is to be the GM and the scout, and people are too lazy now.
That part, that part, and that's not just NFL. That's sports. The days
Yep.
of people like Jerry West that was really just putting in the work and could look and find those gems and draft. I know we're not talking about the NBA, but draft a high schooler named Kobe. Well, he actually didn't draft him, but trade uh, at the time when the NBA was all about big man. Look at someone like Bloody Divac, who had a lot of value for unproven high schooler and become one of the greats of all times. Those are the people that you need to put behind the GM hat. And that's what Jerry has failed to do by trying to put everything himself. He's doing it like a toy instead of a business. A real
Exactly.
businessman hires the team to get the goal that he wants, but he's doing it like this is like he's playing a Madden franchise season with he really is. He's like playing Madden with big money. And like in Madden, you end up with just a mixed match. I know Kyle was one of those guys. He would get the stick, and I'm trading everybody on the
Yeah,
team.
I mean,
And
people let go of Madden. Man.
but that's what it is. He's playing real life Madden with an actual franchise.
Let's make it interesting. Let's spice this up. I know y'all about to go off on this. Oh, I don't know what's worse, Mike McCarthy or Doc Rivers. Where they digging these people up from? Just recycle, recycle, recycle. So I don't know if y'all heard. You've been living under a rock. It's been on the news all week. Was it Adrian Griffin was fired as the Bucks coach after having